Hi, my name's Haley.
Hi, my name is Oswaldo.
My name is Sanibel.
And we're going to be doing the enzyme liver catalyst experiment.
Alright, so we're doing part A where we put the hydrogen peroxide 3% into the test tube for number 1, and then we put the liver after to see how it reacts.
I put like 4, right? Yeah.
Alright, we're putting the liver. Yes, so far as we see, the liver is starting to fizz and bubble up a little bit.
But we see bubbles like we did in his video. So for our test tube number 2, here it is. So we're gonna get the finished liquid on this, and we're gonna pour this into here. We don't have that much liquid because we didn't know how much to. Well, we put 2 millimeters supposedly, but these glasses are kind of big, so it's more wide. And then we're gonna grab a new piece. Can you grab it for me? Can you like put it in here for me? We're gonna grab a new piece of the liver, and we're gonna pour it in here to see what happens. So compared to test tube number 1, there's no reaction in this one, like there was in this one.
Oh, and then we also noticed that there's no foam or gas being or heat compared to test tube number 1.
So absolutely no reaction.
Okay, so now we're going to be putting another 2 millimeters inside the first test tube to see if there's a reaction. So as you see here, there is a reaction because the catalyst is releasing from the liver.
And there's still bubbles.
Hydrogen peroxide thing mixed with the catalyst, it breaks it down, taking the hydrogen peroxide, the hydrogen away, and releasing all the oxygen gas bubbles.
Okay. For part B of this lab, we're gonna add 2 millimeters of hydrogen peroxide in each of these shot glasses. Oh, what the? Oh yeah, we already knew that. We add a little more into these.
So based on how they're reacting, the chicken liver seems to react immediately, whereas the potato reacts a bit slower, and the apple is not reacting at all. Part C of this lab, we're going to we have our test tube number 3, which has liver and water together, and we're going to boil it. After we boil it for 5 minutes, we're going to put hydrogen peroxide once it cools down and see whether or not if it reacts. So now we're gonna let it cool until it's able to be touched, and then we'll get back to you.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we let the boiled liver cool down. So now we're gonna pour out the water and then test it, with the hydrogen peroxide. That wasn't a liver.
Sure.
Okay, so alright. So now I'm not representing the
Wait. There.
Alright, so now that we dumped out the water for the boiled liver, we are going to now conduct the experiment by testing the boiled liver with hydrogen peroxide. So far the liver is not reacting. There seems to be no foam or any fizzling in the reaction. So this leads us to believe that there are no catalysts in the boiled liver, making it not react to hydrogen peroxide.
Okay, so for part 3, we have the chilled liver and the chilled hydrogen peroxide inside of ice, and now we have to mix them together to see if there is going to be a reactant.
And you can also notice that the reaction was slow in the beginning, but now it's starting to go faster. So.
Move your hand. Ozzy.
I feel like it did get warmer than it was before.
So it's an endothermic reaction because it was really cold when
Yeah.
we first started.
Yeah, it did get warmer.
So to finish off part C, we have room temperature water and hydrogen peroxide, and the liver is the one that is going to be warm and see what reaction it has. So as you can see here, the hydrogen peroxide did end up fizzling, and the
Warm water.
there was no reaction.
So now we're going to do part D for this lab, and in part D it asked us to drop 2 milliliters of hydrogen peroxide in each test tube. The first tube is going to contain vinegar. So for the first tube we put 4 drops of vinegar. And then for the second one, we're going to put 4 drops of sodium bicarbonate. So
Yes.
now we're going to do put bicarbonate for the third tube.
Okay. We're gonna add some water into the 5th tube. Okay.
Then we add
The-
a liver to each tube to see how they react.
So I have it to this one first. It's tube 1. I'm gonna turn it around so you can see it, or it just fell off. Well, we can just do this. Okay. Reacted.
Alright, so far during the experiment, tube 3 seems to react faster than tube 5 and tube 1. As we waited for a little bit of time, we noticed that tube 1 and tube 5 did not have a reaction at all. Only tube 3.